Hi guys, and welcome back to Semajically AI. This is the third episode, and the title of this story is Justin's Incredible Adventure in Time. Justin Barnes was a young man who was prone to daydreaming about time travel and imagine what he would do if he had a time machine. His parents constantly told him to stop dreaming and come down to earth. Time travel doesn't exist as we all know, or does it? Well, today was Justin's lucky day, but he didn't know it yet. As he drove to work that morning, he passed under a tunnel when he was stopped by a man in a grey suit with a silver wing-shaped badge on his lapel. He gave Justin an attachment to put on his dashboard. It was a dashboard time machine, which Justin attached to his dashboard straight away. The man explained to him how the time machine worked and warned him not to interfere with history, as even the tiniest change could alter the future in ways he couldn't imagine. Thanking him for the warning, Justin shook his hand and drove on. As he drove down the motorway, he activated his new time machine and set the time circuits for September 8, 1976, and drove on very fast, only to be blasted back in time. He arrived in a very busy street full of people dressed in the clothes one might expect to see in the 1970s. As he slowed down, he got a clear reading of the time and location of his arrival. He had indeed traveled back to September 8, 1976, and needed to be extra careful not to get involved with anything, as this was his grandfather Ross's childhood he'd come back to. Ross was only 7 years old at this time, and Justin knew he must not get involved with his life now, otherwise he would not come to exist. He switched off the time machine, giving it the appearance of a detachable radio clock, and detached it to prevent it from being stolen. He then parked his car and decided to look around. He walked around the city, being careful not to let anyone see him, but it wasn't long before someone did and stopped to talk to him. The person who noticed him was a young woman named Joanne Kraling, and she was most interested in him as he didn't look like he belonged there. She invited him out to lunch at the local cafe and asked him where he was from. He told her his name was Justin Barnes, and he was visiting from the year 2024. She looked at him thinking, is this man crazy? He believes he's from 48 years in the future, before looking at him and saying, are you saying you're from 48 years in the future? She asked him. He confirmed that he was indeed saying he came from the future, and she naturally thought he was crazy, telling him they both knew that wasn't true. Realizing his mistake, he made a dash for his car and made it back, reattached the time machine, set it for his home era, and sped off into the future. He arrived safely back in 2024, right after the man who gave him the time machine had disappeared. He drove to his house and parked his car, only to be approached by the present-day middle-aged Joanne Kraling, who asked him if he was okay.